Hello arcade gamers, and welcome back to Biggie D's Arcade. Today we're going to be doing a walk and talk. It is the Saturday prior to Christmas, and I'm going to do some Christmas shopping, but specifically home arcade. We're going to go to Walmart, Best Buy, Target, and then we'll finish up at an arcade all in Surprise, Arizona. This is about 15 minutes away from where I live. But I did look up the Walmart at this location, and it appears that they do have Arcade1up. So we're going to start there. Then we'll go to Best Buy. Best Buy should have some Arcade1up products in store. And then hopefully we can get a look at some countercades at Target. Also want to discuss, what's going on with CES. Why is Arcade1up not there? What that means for their future. And then also I want to talk a little bit about the new AtGames announcement. We got the ALU 4K Killer Instinct artwork, so I want to talk about that as well. So we got a jam-packed day here for Saturday, so let's buckle up and head inside. Saturday before Christmas, and they do have Arcade1up in stock. However, they've only got two. They've got two Black Miss Pac-Mans, 14-in-1, without the riser and without the LED marquee. Now I wanted to note that they do have a riser in stock, a standalone riser. These are going to run $59, so if you're looking to get one and you want to get that price, Walmarts are still carrying these, and they're good to have if you're going to get one of these classic arcades, because you're going to need a riser with it. Unfortunate we're not seeing more in stock here today, but that could be a good sign. That could mean that they're selling these. At one point they did have the Yoga Flame, the Yellow Pac-Man, the MK1, and we've got the MK2 Classic now. So those are selling well, it appears. And they're just left with these two Black Miss Pac-Mans, which I have one of them that I got at $1.99 at a Walmart. And at $2.99, I would say wait it out. Hopefully these go on clearance for $1.99, $1.50. And I think they're worth it at that price. Okay guys, happy to be out of that Walmart. It was an absolute madhouse getting in and out of there to see what Arcade1ups they had. But now I am at Best Buy here in Surprise, Arizona. And I'm hoping they have a better selection of Arcade1up products. So let's head inside. Okay guys, so I'm at Best Buy, and they just have a few Arcade1ups here, not many. They've got this NFL Blitz sitting here upright, but there is no price tag on it. We do have two Big Buck Pro deluxe cabinets sitting here with a price tag of $5.99 on top of it. And then they do have a class of 81 in stock here. I don't like how they're doing this though. They've got them sitting on their side over here with some scooters. They've even got advertisement for a scooter, price of $89.99. Ranger electric self-balancing scooter right on top. So it's just not a very good presentation, I don't feel. Is this a sign of things to come for Arcade1up? Is Best Buy going to be getting out of the Arcade1up business, at least in store? Maybe some stores will, some won't, kind of like how Walmart's done. But it doesn't look like, they're putting much of an emphasis at this location on Arcade1up. We went to that one in Peoria about a month ago, and they had placed all their units up at the door. So as soon as you walk into the store, you would see them. Here, you would literally have to walk halfway back, go to the gaming section of this store, and then you would have to come back into this corner here where there's like a register, and then you would see this Blitz just kind of sitting by itself, no price. And then you would see a few Arcade1ups here on the ground mixed in with some scooters, with various prices for other products sitting on top of it. You've got a Best Buy cart on top of it. It's just not a very good presentation. It wouldn't make me, if I was a potential buyer of these products and never purchased before, this would not make me want to buy one or make me think that this is something I need to get. So I hope Best Buy, next year, continues to have Arcade1up in store. I think it's nice to be able to come in, take a look at these, especially if they give us a display and be able to play them. I think that goes a long way, especially, like I said, for those buyers that have never owned one before. But this is also, I think, a result of Arcade1up as a business. You know, they're not creating any new product. We don't even have an idea if they're going to do any new product in 2024. And this is a result of that. You know, Best Buy doesn't really have anything to put in the store. There's nothing to be excited about, to have a big display for anymore. So we'll see what happens next year. Very disappointed that they're not going to be at CES. You know, even probably more disappointed that they're not creating or releasing any new products that we know of. And we'll see what this means. I think it definitely means less product in store. You know, stores like Best Buy that heavily invested in Arcade1up and heavily kept them in their stores throughout 2023. We may not see that next year in 2024. But that's left to be determined, and we'll see what happens with all that. We'll see if maybe Arcade1up can surprise us, you know, March and April, but definitely not getting anything early 2024. But if you guys are interested in Big Buck Deluxe, Class of 81, or Blitz, they do have them at this Surprise, Arizona Best Buy. I saw this box here for Creature of the Black Lagoon. You know, growing up, this was one of my favorite movies. Just something about this movie drew me in as a child growing up. It was kind of like a horror movie for me, kind of a scary creature. And I just think, you know, I know this is in play for a potential 4KP AtGames pinball table, and I think Creature of the Black Lagoon would be a perfect choice. You know, you got, I think up there, competition for that is going to be Twilight Zone. But I think Creature from the Black Lagoon would be my choice personally. I just love the artwork. I love the nostalgia of this brand and this movie, and would like to see it be made into a pinball table. And it does help that the Zen Creature from the Black Lagoon pinball table not only was a real pinball table, it's a real recreated table, but it actually plays, and it plays very well, and it's a lot of fun. Played on my PS5 and my Nintendo Switch. I've been taking my Switch Lite with me to work a lot, and I have the yellow one, and I really like playing like Snoopy in South Park with the yellow Switch Lite. It just kind of matches those games, and the colors are really good, screen's really good on this thing. For $199, you get this, you get some Zen pinball tables for it. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun on the go if you just have 5-10 minutes to spare. So yesterday we had the AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K Arcade announced. It comes with a 27-inch 4K monitor or screen. It is going to come in at a very high price, I thought. Almost double what I expected at $1,200. I was thinking $700-800 at the most. Very expensive. Not quite sure why. I did notice today, though, you know, for 4K screens or monitors, most of them are going to be 32 inches or they're going to be 24 inches. Not very common to see or find a 27-inch, at least here at Best Buy. So that got me thinking, is the cost to source the 27-inch 4K monitor or screen very high, and that's what's raising that price tag so much? You know, I was able to find at least one 27-inch here. It was this LG Smart TV at 27 inches, but that was the only one I could find in the TV area here today. So that led me to speculate that maybe the price of the 27-inch 4K screen that they're using is very expensive to source. So you guys let me know in the chat, what do you think on that? Why is it so expensive? And, you know, for me, personally, I'm probably not even close to spending that much money yet on an AtGames arcade. Okay guys, here at Target in Surprise, Arizona, right next door to that Best Buy I was just at. And they do not have any Arcade1up countercades in this tech area, electronics section. I did ask one of the employees, you know, do you have any Arcade1up countercades? He's like, what? He had me say it again. I said, Arcade1up countercade. And he's like, got another employee. He's like, hey, do we have any Arcade1up countercades? And the guy's like, I don't know what that is. I was like, well, what about Marvel Superheroes or Miss Pac-Man? Do you have any of those games? And as soon as I said Marvel Superheroes, he instantly knew what I was talking about. And he's like, oh, he did like a hand looking gesture thing, kind of showing like a small arcade. And I was like, yeah, it's a miniature arcade machine. He's like, oh, I know what you're talking about. So he's heading to the back right now to see if they have any in stock. Sounds like they may have one Marvel Superheroes for 100. If they do, I'm going to go ahead and buy it just for the purposes of the walk and talk. And who knows, maybe I'll give it away on a future live stream. But $100 for a Marvel Superheroes countercade, I think it's worth it. So they had one Arcade1up countercade in stock. It's the Miss Pac-Man. 5 games. Miss Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, Galaxing, King and Balloon. Rompers, $74.99. So I'm going to go ahead and get it. Got the Miss Pac-Man Arcade1up countercade. $75 at Target. I'm going to go ahead and head now, guys, to Player One Arcade, and we're going to check that place out. They got some really good pinballs there, and just play some arcades and talk home arcade while we're there. Surprise, Arizona. We're going to go inside, play some pinball, play some arcades, and talk home arcade. All right, just walking up. It says we are closed today. Our system is down. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Oh man. Says welcome players, thanks and game on. Too bad. We'll have to come back another time. I do like this though. You got the evolution all the way to the pinball machine. Very cool. Let's find a park. We'll go walk around on this cool and cloudy day, and we'll finish up the video just talking home arcade. Okay guys, so I'm here at Bill Gentry Park here in El Mirage, Arizona. If you guys look behind me here, we got a baseball field. I'm the only one here in the entire park. We've got a lot of rain today, low cloud cover, beautiful day for us. It's probably like 55, 60 degrees. Just cold enough to have this little sweatshirt type top on. You know, I think a jacket would be too warm, or like a hoodie would probably be too warm. This is just right. It's like perfect temperature right now. And everything's still green. You know, as you guys can see behind me, leaves still on the trees. See behind me here, all the leaves on the trees still. They are starting to fall, but we still got plenty of leaves on the trees still. Never really freezes or gets cold enough to kill the grass either. But let's talk some home arcade, guys. Let's walk around this park, finish off this walk and talk with just a quick chat about home arcade and what's been going on. You know, my last walk and talk was that Cyber Monday one about a month ago, and we went to Walmart, went to Target, went to Best Buy. We hit up those same stores again today, but they were in Surprise, Arizona today, not in Peoria, so different locations. But it was interesting to see. Let's start with Walmart. So Walmart was carrying Arcade1up, but they only had the black Miss Pac-Man in stock. And that means they've sold all their Street Fighter, their Mortal Kombat, their yellow Pac-Man, sold most of the risers. We only saw one riser left. So like we saw a month ago during my Cyber Monday walk and talk, the classic line for $2.99, those are going to sell. Now I noticed it's starting to sprinkle a little bit, so I got to watch my mic, make sure it doesn't get too wet. So we may have to speed this up. Hopefully it doesn't start really raining. Yeah, so Walmart got Got 2 Black Mix Pac-Man there, and they had a riser for $59 if you guys are looking for a riser. And then we went after that to Best Buy. Best Buy, I was kind of unhappy with how they set those Arcade1ups out. You know, just having them just on the ground there where you really can't see them. I didn't think that was the best idea. And then also very little in stock. Now they had Big Buck Hunter Pro, Deluxe, they had what else? Class of 81, and they had NFL Blitz. Now that could be because of a couple different reasons. They could have sold those other ones and they're waiting for more inventory to come in, or they sold those and they just didn't see that they sold quick enough, or they didn't sell enough of them, and they just never re-upped with Arcade1up, and there is no future inventory coming next year for in-store at Best Buy. That's another scenario. So we'll see what happens early next year with Best Buy. I'll continue to go to that store and see what they have in stock. And then also I wanted to discuss my last location, Target. So I went in there, they didn't have any Arcade1ups on the shelves, but I did ask that associate, do you have anything in the back? And he said, yes, we do. Let me go check. And he had found that Miss Pac-Man for me. Countercade, I've never owned a Arcade1up countercade, and it was only 75 bucks. So I was like, you know what? I gotta do it. 75 bucks. Let's just do it, right? So I got it in my car. You guys saw that. So that was cool. And then went to that Player One arcade. Unfortunately, it was closed, so we didn't get to play any of the pinball machines, any of the arcades there. Didn't get to drink the beer that I wanted, but that's okay. And here we are at the park, just talking home arcade. It is sprinkling a little bit. Looks like there's a little bit of cover under this playground here, so I'll just stand under this and protect my mics from any water damage. But just wanted to talk real quickly about the AtGames 4K Killer Instinct, because that was really the big news. I mean, we've got the Attack from Mars pinball. I discussed that on my last live stream. I'll be discussing this new Killer Instinct 4KP arcade during the live stream tomorrow, but I wanted to touch on that today during this walk and talk. So I think that Killer Instinct arcade by AtGames is just way too expensive. I mean, they're charging $1,200–1,300 bucks for that. I was expecting $600 or $700, so double what I was expecting. Very, very high price. Also, I'm not a huge fan of that artwork. Like many others, I would have liked to have seen them just go with more black. Would have gone a long way. You know, less is more with that cabinet. Where if you had just done black on the kick plate, you would have done black around the bezel. I think that would have looked a lot better. You know, take that extra color out of the side panels, just make it all black. And I think people will be happy, and that's easy too. You know, you take it off, you don't have to, you know, redo any artwork. You're really just making it more black. Also, you know, the screen, it's got that 27-inch 4K screen. One of my concerns I've been hearing in the community, and something I've been taking note of, is does the 4K resolution really matter on a 27-inch screen? And from what I've been hearing, it doesn't. So we'll have to wait and see what this thing looks like in person. Obviously, it's just a render. We haven't actually seen the actual product. These are just my initial impressions from what I've seen on the render and the description. And then the coin door. Now, the coin door, I think, is probably the biggest discussed thing that people want to see changed. It's got this little tiny coin door on there, like what we would have on the AtGames Legends 4K pinball. And I know it makes sense to reuse those parts. Economy of scale is what they call that, where you're reusing parts that you have on other products just to conserve costs. So I understand there are financial and business reasons for doing that, but that little tiny coin door just does not match that arcade. They either need to do no coin door, or they need to increase the size of that, fill up that kick plate a lot more with a bigger coin door. So price, artwork, coin door, we haven't even seen this thing play anything yet. So a lot of things that I think they need to work on. And this was just announced yesterday, so there's plenty of time for them to figure these things out and to make changes before it releases. So I hope AtGames does listen, and I hope they listen to the community and make those changes, because I think that's what the home arcade community really wants more than these pinball machines, is a high quality, advanced hardware home arcade, but it's got to be at the right price. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully we get what we want. Time will tell. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this walk and talk Saturday right before Christmas. I hope you guys tune in to the live stream tomorrow, and I'll see everyone in the next one. Bye-bye.